here today with Greg Miles, CEO of the newly listed Caspin Resources. Greg, thanks for your time.
Pleased to be here, David.
For those who don't know the Caspin story, where did it evolve from and what are the assets that underpin it?
Yeah, Dave, Caspin came from the demerger of Cassini when it was taken over by Oz Minerals in 2020. And so the two projects, so Oz Minerals were taking over primarily the West Musgrave project, and then the Yarrawinda Brook project and the Mount Squires Gold project that also sat in Cassini were never going to be part of the Oz Minerals bigger picture, and so they were demerged into a new float, Caspin Resources, which floated in November last year. So it was a pretty busy 2020 for us.
And a number of your Cassini shareholders have followed into Caspin, and you've also brought some strategic shareholders into Caspin.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that's differentiated us in the market is we've actually got quite a really interesting share register. We were fortunate enough to have really good support in Cassini, and some of those larger shareholders, particularly some of our Asian investors, came with us into Caspin. So that's Tinci Materials. They're a really large Shanghai listed battery metals chemical company in China, as well as some high net worths in Singapore and Hong Kong. And then with the float, we also invited Chalice to become part of the IPO as well, and they've come on board with 10%. And that's really great for us. That's an endorsement of the company's technical merits and strategy, and I think that provides a lot of comfort to shareholders, particularly institutional shareholders, that we're a real company and we're doing some good things.
In terms of the projects, where are they located and what are some of the highlights?
Well, and so this is probably why Chalice is interested. Where our Yarrawinda Brook project is only 40 k's from Chalice's Julimar discovery. They set the world on fire last year, quite rightly. We're both companies were actually working in that New Norcia, Chittering Valley region at the same time, starting back in 2018. Chalice had a great drill result, but that was encouraging to us as well, because that really endorsed our targeting, and so we knew what we were doing was right. They're just obviously a little bit further down the exploration pathway now. So that's an exciting project. It's in a new area. Nobody's really looked hard for nickel and copper, PGs, platinum group elements, in that part of the world before. There's been competing land uses for bauxite and agriculture, of course. So it's really opened up a new province, and it's just on our doorstep. I think that's exciting for a lot of people. And then our other project, our Mount Squires Gold project, out in the frontiers in the West Musgrave region, Great Victoria Desert. That's elephant country out there, and we're looking forward to getting out onto that project down the track as well.
And you've been very busy since listing only 3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah, absolutely. So the beauty about this IPO was that it was a seamless transition. There wasn't any hiccups in our exploration process. So since listing, we've completed an airborne EM survey at our Yarrawinda Brook project. That's generated a whole range of new anomalies. We've confirmed some of those with our with ground EM, so that we know they're real. The standout anomaly is XC29. It's in an area that we hadn't looked at before, so our previous exploration was reasonably focused and targeted. Now we're stepping away, looking at the whole project area. We've come across this interesting anomaly, XC29. It's been verified. It looks great, and we can't wait to get out there and drilling. So right now we're going through the permitting process, getting a rig booked, and hopefully we'll get out there in the next month or so.
So on that note, what do investors have to look forward to for 2021?
Well, it's going to be a big year. We've already ticked some of those boxes already. So at Yarrawinda, XC29, we're going to drill that at the earliest opportunity. you know, that could be anything. It's a really long, it's an anomaly over about 1.3 kilometres. It's quite strong, models up really nicely on the geophysics. And then, but we're also working on multiple fronts. So the whole company is not tied to testing that one anomaly. We're doing soil geochemistry over a really broad area in the project area. And that's because we're starting to switch some of our focus, not just from high-grade, massive nickel copper sulfides, but to some of this more PGE-rich style mineralisation as well. And we think that soil geochemistry is ideal for that sort of exploration. So that program's ongoing. We've got a number of samples in the lab already. The results will be coming in, and we think that we'll generate some more targets from that. And then, probably towards the middle of the year, we'll open up another front out at Mount Squires, which is an early stage gold project. It has had some drilling, good grade mineralisation at surface, but only in a tiny little portion of the project. And we think we've got about a 50-kilometre structural corridor there, very little exploration. So we're going to go out there, soil geochem, reconnaissance drilling out along that trend. I think that's really exciting. Could be anything.
Exciting projects, well backed, well funded,
Yeah.
and a big year ahead. Greg, thanks for your time.
Thanks, Dave. Please.